Customs, map flow. One of the most crucial things you need to understand as a PMC in Tarkov is to know when, where, and why people are where they are, and when they can be there. Understanding map flow will help you understand when you should prepare yourself to engage in a gunfight and where that gunfight will be, and why people are there, as every place on the map has a purpose of some sort. It attracts people who need to fulfill it, i.e. tasks, PvP, or loot. This is a series I'm going to start for newer players. Hope to educate people who are new to the game, help them understand how the game works. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, all the Twitch in the description. I'm live every day. So we're going to start with customs map flow. There's a few things every player needs to understand about map spawns for Tarkov. There are a lot of spawns, and quite a few of them are near each other, but for instance, these two spawns will never be filled, as Tarkov spawns prevent each other from being directly next to each other. In most cases, not reserve. Next, you need to understand how people move on the map from their spawns. Understanding hot zones and cold zones on the map can allow you to prepare for fights or completely avoid them in general, increasing your survival rate. So one thing you need to understand is dorms is almost always going to have PvP. You have these two people who spawn here, and there's about a 95% chance that at least one of them is going there, and then any other late people who spawn like maybe here or here will also go to dorms, or people across the map. Dorms is just a hot zone. It has everything: PvP, loot, and task items. Almost everyone has something to do at dorms if you're playing customs, and that's the most important thing to understand about this map. This is the hot zone. This is the part of the map that almost everyone gravitates towards. Then you have a fortress down by here. You have people moving in and out of the map, and fortress just happens to be on the way, so you get a lot of people who walk through fortress to either loot it or just check it out on the way to their extraction, and you'll get quite a few of people fighting in fortress. There's also decent loot in there worth checking out, so it attracts people just looting. You also have Crack House. It's not the hottest zone on the map, but it's worth checking out, and you'll get quite a bit of action there early wipe as people are looking for their Salewas while also tasking. And you also have those people fighting people in Fortress once they're out of the building, or sometimes in the building. Another thing to understand is Skeleton Area. This is kind of just a PvP zone. There really isn't any loot here. There is, but it's minuscule. You just have people moving in and out of the map for task items, and it's just a big highway, and that's really the only reason you'll see anyone here. And then you have Director's Office, Big Red, all the way off to the side. This, you don't get action too often, so you'll get like a person who spawns here, and maybe here, and maybe here. It's rare to get more than 3 player spawns on this side of the map, very rare. At least I don't see it. And maybe 2 of these will fight you in Directors, and this guy might run off to dorms. But like I said, nothing I say is final. I don't know for sure, but like I said, in all my experience of customs, you'll maybe get one other squad or one other player that will contest this for you. Occasionally you'll have this person and this person and this person and this person all come into Directors, and you're competing with half the lobby, but that is an extremely rare scenario. Generally, Directors is just kind of mild zone. You'll probably get a little bit of PvP there in your raid, but it's never guaranteed. Like I can guarantee dorms having PvP. This is the hot zone. You also need to understand the chokes in this map. You have around 3 chokes, okay? You have this choke right here. So there's little holes in the wall that you can go through. You have the gas station choke right here where people walk to the gas station. And then you have new gas, this choke right here. So almost every player in this lobby moving, whether they're moving left or right, has to move through these chokeholds to get to their extraction. Because if you spawn on this side of the map, you have to extract on this side. So you either have RUAF, you have smugglers, you could use car, but if car's not taken, you have to use these extracts. RUF, smugglers, and what this last one's called. The one that's back there. And same goes for the people on this side of the map. If you spawn on this side of the map, you need to move to the right. And this is important to understand, because if you spawn, say I spawn here, and you know that there's no spawns in dorms, you can beeline it to dorms and make it into this building before anyone else in this lobby can. The only person you're competing with dorms at this point is if this person spawns and runs to this dorm. And he might ditch this dorm and go straight to fighting you, right passing the bushes, straight through, whatever way he decides. But these 2 people, the one that spawns by smugglers and the one who spawns by the wall, are first people to contact dorms. And generally, map flow will look like something like this. You have these two people moving this way. Well, you gotta move into the cracks here. You have maybe a person who spawns here. This is like a late dorms player, given that they usually go this way. This player, obviously, he has a decision between going really late to dorms, or he could go down to the porn buildings and the factory area and loot that. And then you have you end up getting this map flow where people move from the left side to the right, and from the right side to the left, depending on your spawn. Obviously, you kind of have these awkward middle spawns. These people sometimes, what I like to do is I will backtrack, because I know all these people, well, depending on how much spawn, are gonna have to come through this chokehold. So what you could do is you could go back here, you could run over here, and you could look for this PvP. These people will be running right at you. Or another thing you could do is you could take this and you could run to Fortress, and you will be the first person at Fortress if you spawn here. Only another person that might get there is the person that spawns by buses near crack, but this is very unlikely. The odds of this happening are very low. It's possible, but the person here usually just goes straight to crack, not to Fortress. But like I said, it's always possible, especially if he pops an SJ. And you just need to understand this principle. If this person spawns at RUAF, bro, he could sit in this bush right here and just wait for whoever's in directors to run down here and kill him on the way to crack hole. Or they might not go through crack hole, and they might actually go this way. Like I said, the map has around 3 different lanes, and 3 different lanes are, let me specify for you guys again, these lanes right here. Let me make it big and red for you guys, right? These are the lanes. Almost every player that extracts has to walk through one of these, unless they go car. Car is the exception here, because car is available for anyone, and if you spawn here, go dorms, and then extract car. So you need to understand this principle, and you need to understand that when you're walking through these specific lanes, these are kind of like the hot zones that have 0 value loot, or almost no loot. And the reason this will help you understand is because the odds of someone walking through these, you have to think about this, your timing, you need to be careful, because these 2 players are going to have to walk through here eventually. This player, if he decides to run up here, go through here, loot weather station, run here, he's going to go through here. And this player, if he runs down here, goes dorms, comes here, he's going to run through here, or maybe he'll go through it's called gas station, and then he'll come out this way. But this player also went to gas station right away. So you see how this is zones of conflicted interests. You guys are trying to get to other sides of the map, and you guys are bumping into each other while you're doing that, and that's just, it creates an artificial hot zone. There technically is no reason for that to be a hot zone, except for the fact that it's just high traffic. There's no loot here really. You're just there to get to that side of the map. But every person from the left to the right is going to follow the avenue. Understanding these choke points and these hot zones helps you kind of understand where to expect PvP, and kind of give you a better drawn image in your head of where these players are going to be. Obviously, every player is different, and you might get the oddball who kind of goes against the flow, and it happens. But generally, you can prepare yourself for PvP when entering these zones, or be on high alert, and this will help you survive more raids. It'll kind of help you get a better idea just when to prepare, and when to be ready, and when to be on high alert. Because there's certain parts of the map where you just kind of can relax and not be as tense and be as worried. Obviously, sometimes that's not the case, but when it comes to customs map flow, this is generally how you can foresee it. You have these primary hot zones, and then you have these occasional PvP outside of it, which does happen, and then you have all these chokeholds with the 3 lanes where people are flowing through traffic while they're trying to get to their way to the extraction. If you guys found this video helpful, let me know. I'm still new to this kind of content. This is not something I'm used to doing. I want to see if I can make more. Let me know if I could improve this video in any way. I want to do a couple other maps. I'm a big fan of Reserve, so let me know if you guys want to see Reserve. And thank you guys for watching.